everybody is really using the full potential of AI.
Vaishali, BCG's research shows that the telco industry is actually improving performance, but AI is not driving that. What does that tell us about this industry and AI's position in it?
First is the good news is there's a definite interest in AI among the telcos. And, there's a lot of talk about AI first, AI native telcos. But not everybody is really using the full potential of AI. I see so many what I call micro use cases, really slivers of customer success or service, or say slivers in certain areas of marketing and so on, but not really fundamentally thinking about how AI can change or reshape a complete function and completely reimagine it. And as a result, well, the value is also micro. So I would say the gap is not the fact that they're not ambitious. The gap is that execution is not really keeping up with reality.
So when we see the telecom industry, we do see cases, as you mentioned, of these isolated use cases for AI to then moving across entire workflows. What does it take to make that shift?
So it's exactly what we started saying, which is we are stuck at these micro or isolated use cases. I think you have to start with not the tech, you have to start with the business. And when I say business, it can be a domain, it can be a large workflow. And you need to completely reimagine it. You can't just take agentic and just stick it on top. You need to step back, reimagine the entire domain. So reimagine marketing or reimagine the entire product development life cycle. And when you reimagine it, then you start getting the value. That's one step. The second step is, I think it needs to be owned by the CEO. I think our research shows that now 70% of CEOs feel accountable for AI, up from 35% just a year ago. And that's the second key factor. Third, I would say, is what BCG calls agent-ready infrastructure. You can't just deploy it if your APIs are not ready, if you don't have real-time data, et cetera, et cetera. And I think with this combination of things, you can really reimagine a business and really deploy agentic AI at full scale and full value.
Vaishali, the telecom industry is at a real inflection point with AI. If we look 3-5 years out, where do you see that moment where there's going to be real change?
So look, value creation is a function of many things. And I think when I look at the telco industry, yes, returns have been improving, but they could be better. And I think there are 2 or 3 things that I would encourage really telco companies to think about. The first is, we already discussed it, AI at the core, AI really to fundamentally transform not just operations and cost, but also how to leverage it for revenue upside. The second would be that for the first time, there are opportunities in my mind in the infra layer. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to really play in the AI infrastructure game. And given the rising need for localized data, for sovereign data, I think telcos have a real growth opportunity there as well. And the third would be enterprises. As enterprises gear up for this AI world, there are opportunities to move upstack into network as a solution, other services and solutions, and so on. So with these 3, I think there's never been, I think in my mind over the last 5-7 years, a better opportunity for telco companies to generate further value.
Thank you so much, Vaishali.
Thank you.